Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jillian and this is Simply Budgets. Today I am going to do my paycheck bill tracker for February 8th. So I know it's already mostly filled out. I was on a roll the previous week when I was filling out February 2nd, and I kind of just filled everything in. I just filled in today the amount for my paycheck, but I'll fill in the rest of this with you all, and we'll go from there. So I also know that we got our power bill, and I need to add that into this section. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, life insurance. It's on the 10th and it is $14.70. All right. So this doesn't add up to exactly $1,600, but what we're trying this month is taking $1,600 from every paycheck, even if it's slightly over or less, and then at the end of the month, so that and we're splitting up the bigger amounts that we have to pay towards the end of the month. We're splitting everything by 4 so that on the months that we have what they call magic months, we can have it so that it would just be our recurring weekly bills that would come out, and then everything else has already been taken care of in the previous 4 weeks. So the last week we would have a significant amount of money that we would be able to put towards more things like our monthly savings, debt, things like that, and maybe even sinking funds because they're taking a bit of a hit so far this month. So anyway, let's dive into it. So the leftovers here are $4.53.13. So we'll drop the 13 cents and we'll just say $4.53. So we're going to do 100 in groceries. I have tried to slim that down, and I don't know how to get it any cheaper than $100 a week for the two of us. I've even gone to the point where I've started making our own bread and things like that, and that's as low as we're able to get it. We're only putting 50 in gas this week because of the weather that we had. I actually ended up not traveling to the city, so the $75 we put in the car on Friday is actually, we still have a mostly full tank because my husband's only driven to work once, and he'll be taking our other vehicle tomorrow as I have some appointments just after work. So we're only going to allocate 50 to gas this week. Pet care is going to get 40, which is slightly lower than the 50, but there's still $75 in that envelope, so I think 40 would be more than sufficient. Still gives a bit of buffer. Eating out, I have 40 here, and I think we still have 80. So I am going to put 40 in there, but that might be an area where we don't pull from, or Valentine's Day is coming up, so maybe we want to buy some nicer groceries and make a nicer meal. I absolutely refuse to pay the prices that are in stores for restaurants for Valentine's Day. They mark everything up so high, and I do not believe in paying elevated prices for things that you can get any other time of the year. So anyway, I don't want chocolates. I don't want flowers. I don't want a special meal. We can do that any other time. We'll have a special date night and it'll cost us half the price just because we chose to do it on a day, any other day other than Valentine's Day. Actually, this year, my husband's picked up overtime on Valentine's Day. He was supposed to be off and now he's working. So we might be home for supper together, but I really don't care. Not that I don't care that we spend time together, because we do. We do spend time together and it's quality time, but I don't want, like I just said, I don't want to feel like we're tied to paying high prices for things just because it's Valentine's Day. It's so commercialized. And flowers die. So buy me a plant, which my husband actually did for Christmas, and I'm so excited about it. He knows I love plants, and he got me a ring of fire for Christmas, and apparently it is in the Monstera family, and I'm very excited about it. That man knows the way to my heart. Buy me plants. We already have probably close to 70 plus plants in this house, and he feels like we live in a jungle, but anyway. All right, so too much talking, not enough explaining here. So vehicle maintenance is going to get its allocated 25, memberships will get 5, home reno 20, anniversary 10, travel 40, Christmas 10, birthdays 5, Mother's Day 5, Father's Day 5, self-care nothing. I did cut these back significantly, and yeah, some of them are only getting $5, but I would rather put something in there than nothing. And the self-care, we can just take that out of our spending money if we need anything like shampoo. I usually buy it by the liter, so I think I buy shampoo maybe once every 2 years, if that. Soap would probably be the thing that we buy the most, because we like to support local, so we buy a lot of local soaps from local makers. So that's where the majority of our self-care money goes towards. My husband did need some this week. He needed some hair product, but I was gifted some for Christmas and for my birthday, which was in January. My sister-in-law is a hairdresser, so I always get gifted my hair products, so I always enjoy that. So this comes to $125, which leaves $38 remaining. And I struggled with what to do with this $38. Do I put it into a monthly savings challenge, or do I put it on our credit cards? And I chose to put it on our credit cards. So we'll put $38 on the Visa. The Capital One, I don't think I showed you guys. No, I didn't. So in last week's pay, I had only put $50 on one of our credit cards, but I took money from my spending, put it with the 30 for the emergency fund. If you watched my unstuffing for the savings challenges and going to the bank, I took this $30 plus $30 from my spending, and I put it into the emergency fund, which gave us the last 500 we needed to make that 1,000. Took that to the bank, and I closed out the January monthly challenge, which was $335, and I put an additional $385, sorry. I put an additional $385 on this credit card last month. So it got, in total, it got $435 put on it last month. So I'm okay last week. I'm okay this week not putting anything on it and putting the money on my Visa. So that's where that is. So that leaves us, our extra debt total is $38. So that leaves us with $0. And so that means there's nothing left to put in any of these challenges. So, Now let's go and figure out what we're going to cash stuff here. Can't believe it's the 8th of February already. All right, so we've got groceries, gas, pet care, eating out, my spending, household, miscellaneous, and that's it for that. Then vehicle maintenance, memberships, home renos. Sorry if you can hear my husband walking around downstairs. Our house is, if you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you know our house is a century home, so it's about 180 years old, and our kitchen floors squeak so bad. Like the cat walks across the floor and they squeak, and it can be loud at times, so I apologize if you can hear that in the video. My husband just got home from work, so he's probably making his supper. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. He actually didn't do too bad for overtime tonight. Well, I don't know about you guys, but we got a doozy of a storm this past weekend, and we have snow drifts on this, like just up beyond our house that are that were well over 6 feet prior to the snow removal. I have not been out to see, but the last 2 days there's been a huge loader. They're moving the snow just outside of our house. Which is great, but it also has been driving one of our dogs crazy because of the backup alarm constantly going. So it's been challenging working from home and being on meetings and stuff like that with a dog that's constantly barking, thinking somebody's backing into our driveway. But we made it work. Learned a new feature. We've known about it for a little while, but it actually really does come in handy. You can set it up so that the Alexa will hear your dogs barking and will say like whatever phrase you want if they hear it, and then play calm dog music. I have discovered I love that feature. So if the dog starts barking, the Alexa comes on, says good dog, and plays the calm dog music, and then the music is enough to cover and drown out the sound of whatever started the barking, and the dogs just calm down and go back to sleep. So we actually have one dog that doesn't bark at all. He was a rescue, our Rottweiler, and he looks ferocious, but I'm pretty sure that if somebody was to come to our house, he'd be like, come on in, let me show you where stuff is. He just wants to be where people are. He just wants to be loved. The only thing he barks at every once in a while is the cat, when he thinks the cat's getting too close to something that he values, like his stuffed dinosaur or sometimes his food after he's had a good treat at supper time. All right, home renos, 20, 10, 40, 10, and then the rest are 5s. See where we're at for 290 plus 125. 415 is what we should be getting to stuff. So We'll write 4:15 in here and see how close we are. I was very happy this weekend to have a snowstorm and bring the world to a halt so that nobody went anywhere. There weren't any demands on our time. My husband and I just stayed home. We enjoyed each other's company, watched some movies, got some stuff done around the house. We were lucky that even with the immensely high winds, we did not lose our power. Look at that, 4:15. So it was actually a really good weekend. I made some bread. We made one of our last HelloFresh meal for the week from last week. We made some chili. We had it was just, I don't know, I loved that slower pace of things. Couldn't have gone anywhere even if we wanted to. So, all right, so $100 for groceries. So 100. I don't know why I always do smaller bills. I might as well just do a 50 because we never take less than 40, 40, 40, 10, 10, 25, 5, 20, 10, 40, 10, 5, 5, 5. All right. So we've got 1, 15, 4, and 5. So this is 25, 40, 350. $4.15. All right, so tomorrow when I'm out doing my errands, I will go to the bank and I will get my money out. I have my teller slip right here, so I might as well add it up while I'm here. You might notice that I have updated my pen. I was finding that my other felt tip pen was difficult to see on some of the videos when I was looking back on it. So I don't like how fat the tip is on this one, but I do like how dark the ink is. So, and I really like the color. It's so pretty. It matches all of the colors I got going on here. So we'll try that for a while and see how we do. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I will do a cash stuffing on Friday after, so it'll be either Friday later in the night or Saturday morning when the next video is up, because this one, in all reality, probably won't go up until late tomorrow or first thing Friday morning, because it's 8 o'clock, just after 8 o'clock on Wednesday. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment below. I love reading them all. So thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.